What's up guys, and welcome to the vlog. Today I'm going to be doing a walk around video with my 1991 Toyota MR2. Now I need to warn you guys about something. This car is a little bit rough around the edges. It is a project car. I did buy it on the cheap and I'm planning on fixing it up. So here she is, 1991 Toyota MR2 SW20 G Limited. This is the JDM spec. The G Limited, I believe, has a slightly different trim to, I think, the G model. They both carry a 3SGE motor, normally aspirated version, 2 litre. So just bear something in mind. I've spent roughly an hour with this car, picking it up and then driving it back. I haven't done a full inspection. It was raining that day as well, so I haven't bothered. This is going to be the first time I'm going to see all the dents, all the scratches, all the issues. So you guys are going to see it with me. So the badging is starting to show a little bit of silver underneath. I know these were color coded to the vehicle's color. Rather matched. Toyota badge as well, showing a little bit of signs of wear here. It's a bit of a strange one, but the keyhole sits all the way at the back there. You can see the clear coat on the wing has pretty much gone. So it's still got clear coat at the bottom here, but on the top clear coat is gone for the most part. Lots of little scratches on the side here. Looks like the previous owner, or the owner before that, had animals that were jumping all over the car. Lots and lots and lots of little scratch marks. Now these can mostly come out. Bumper's cracked here. Paint missing. Sort it out. Car needs a good wash. Tape on this side, I'm guessing, to stop the water from going in. So it's probably missing the standard rubbers that were on there. I don't know, I'll have to take a look at that. Again, scratches all over here. Looks like a dog's been jumping up. More scratches on the side here. Easy to sort out. Now the car is equipped with these 15-inch 195/55/15. Now these are tiny. These need to be swapped out. Probably won't do this just yet. Obviously you guys know my focus is on the RX-7 and also on the GTR, so this will be on the back burner for a little while. However, I have bought a couple mods that are going to be thrown into this car. A little dent on the side here, another dent over there. We'll touch on the interior in a moment. Paint is missing on this beading. Now this is the T-top or a Targa model, if you call it that, where each of these panels lift off and you kind of have a convertible. Okay, now remember I said this is a project car. The front of the car is pretty much stuffed. Lots of clear coat missing. Bonnet is very, very rough. Paint missing. Paint missing here again. Clear coat's pretty much gone on the bonnet. Even the number plate is faded. It looks like a new light over there. That one is cracked and it's old. So I'll need to get a replacement for that side. Bottom lip has seen better days. It's got tons of little stone chips. Missing paint, etc. Also a little bit strange, but I don't know if the bonnet is out of place, but these lights just feel like they're a little bit sunken in. Or at least that one. This one's a little bit higher than the other, but it's still not right. A little bit of a rust spot here, that's easy to sort out. A little bit of rust here on the wipers. Paint again, clear coat. Paint missing on here. This beading, flaking. Easy to sort out. So that's the exterior of my project car. I mean, for the price I paid, which was next to nothing, it's okay. I mean, it's driving, it's working, nothing wrong with it. Let me show you guys the interior. The interior is pretty good. Right, so you got your standard 90s JDM interior. Everything's pretty basic. I mean, the interior is like straight out of a Celica. So the car comes equipped with these little bucket wannabe seats. It feels like the headrest does come out. Yeah, headrest raises and it can come out. Dashboard's in really good condition. No issues, no scuff marks. It's really good. However, steering wheel has definitely seen better days. Lots of scuff marks everywhere. I've been looking online. There are ways to sort this out. Otherwise, just get it unstitched and restitched. But yeah. No radio, not an issue. I'm going to take the sound system out of the GTR. I'm going to move it here because who needs the sound system when you've got an RB26? Glove box. dirty under here, but yeah, pedals, carpet's in very, very good nick. Original carpet. Side sills, good condition, just dirty. Now, how's these seats? It's got a little thing here and it says lumbar support. Oh shit, look at that. Watch that. You guys see that? So when you pull down this lever, this either goes down or it goes up. That's something new, I've never seen that before. You can drop the seat forwards. And then back here you got a little compartment. That's cool. Put a gun down here or something, or store a bunch of cash. Interior trim panels falling off. Looks like there's a speaker behind here. You got a little compartment back there. Another one over here. So I'm pretty impressed. I mean, all this stuff's got nice scuffs. Really, really good. Handbrake definitely needs to be readjusted. I mean, this is, if I let go, I'll start going forwards. It has to be this high just to hold the car. Gears are really, really long. I mean, look, here's neutral. Here's second. All the way down there. First is up there. Third. Fifth. Neutral kind of lies over there, not even in the middle. Weird. It's got air conditioning, no climate control. Maybe it does, I don't know. It's got an econ mode, whatever that is. Cigarette lighter on this side, hazards over here. I must say, everything's still working on the dash. There was an issue when I was driving with the handbrake, and I just kind of had to fiddle with this little knobby here, and little handbrake light went off in the front, so that was stuck for the most part while I was driving. And you got something here called tilt. Ew. So that's to tilt the steering wheel. Okay, well, that's cool. So you got a couple functions here to manipulate the angle of the steering wheel. This for fog lights. See, it's got a little Japanese writing on it. Power windows are working. The electric mirrors aren't working though. The door lock is working. So in the front here, you've got your spare wheel. Underneath the spare wheel is the battery. Battery sits right under there. Here you got your fuse box. So pretty standard. Some relays here as well. I'm assuming this is windscreen washer water. It just says normal on the side. Don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay, so that's the front. This does need a hell of a clean up. You can see how dusty it is. But it looks good. I mean, just looking at it quickly, it doesn't look like the car has been in any accidents. Just this needs to be sorted out. A little bit of rust on these bolts at the bottom here. So I need to get this cover off and I want to see what's going on underneath. Start cleaning up the car. So that's the front. Some more Japanese writing over there. Okay, let's pop the boot. Now some of you guys might be surprised, I was. There is a boot on this car. This is not where the engine sits. And it's pretty spacious. I mean, it goes down to just above my elbow. I did see this on a video before I actually bought the car, that there was this boot in the back. But prior to that, I always thought the engine took up the whole space. And when they said mid-engine, I just thought the engine was kind of here in the middle, but then this was empty. But no, there's a boot. Fully functional boot. Engine's over here. It took me a while to figure out how to actually get there. But it's behind the seat. And there is a lever somewhere. Aha, over here. So right behind the driver's seat. Oh yes, if you guys may have already noticed, this panel's okay. and this one's quite sunken in. Someone's bent this, so they're probably working on the car and they're putting pressure down there while they're working. Now there's no thing to hold the engine cover bonnet. I don't know what you call the back section. Bonnet. So they've put a little rod thing in the front, and then you kind of got to do this. So there's a little stick over here that says rod, and then you kind of just you put it together like Lego. This is the engine. 3SGE, normally aspirated 2 litre. Don't know too much about it. I did have its big brother though in one of my Celicas. I had a Carlos Saints limited edition, one of 5,000 ever made. It had the 3S GTE 4-wheel drive, very cool car. I have no idea why I sold it. Still regret it to this day. But yeah, very, very similar motor. So the nice thing about this one is it is stock standard. Intake over here stock, has your throttle position sensor. Everything on this car looks stock. Now there is an exhaust leak coming from somewhere. It's probably coming from the exhaust headers. I don't know just yet. But yeah, this down here. Yeah, there we go. That looks like, yep, it is. So we check the oil, and it's just below the full mark. Now to get this back to where it came from, it's a different story. So guys, that's a quick walk around on the car. I know it's nothing special. I mean, it is a project car. It is a little bit rough around the edges like I mentioned, but it is my new Toyota MR2. Planning on doing a little bit of work on it. So obviously I'm going to clean the car up. I'm going to start restoring the car. I'm going to start painting things. I'm going to get it looking spick and span. And then I want to get a little bit more performance out of the car. So I did mention in the previous video, however, the audio is bad and I decided to cut it out. So in the near future, I am looking at doing an engine replacement on this car, because I mean, as it stands, 121 kilowatts, it's nothing. So I'm looking at perhaps doing a beam swap, which I think is around 150 kilowatts plus minus, or a 3S GTE swap. Now someone gave me an idea yesterday. They said, maybe look at turbocharging the Beam's engine. So I'm going to start looking into that as well, but I mean, this is something that's going to be a little bit further down the line. Like I said, I've got RX-7 to worry about, a GTR to worry about. However, I have bought some parts ready for this car. So I have started buying some parts for this car, and a lot of you guys might not agree with the route that I might be going. Now I have started buying some parts for this car, and for the most part, some of you guys may not agree with what I'm going to be doing, but well, it's my car. So I've always wanted to do this, and I've mentioned before in some vlogs, I did want to get like a 200SX or something old, let's say early 90s, and start buying vintage electronics for it and vintage parts. And when I refer to vintage, I'm just saying era specific. So electronics by HKS, Apexi, Trust or Gredi, brand names that were manufactured in the early 90s. So I've bought a couple things already, one being an Apexi airflow converter. So that basically tricks the airflow sensor, or tricks the ECU to think that the airflow sensor is giving different readings, whether it be higher voltage or lower voltage, etc. And then the ECU will compensate fuel for those readings, which essentially means I can tune the car, but it's very, very basic tuning. There's no ignition timing, it's just air fuel time. It's just air fuel changes, that's all. And it's the very old school one. It came out in 1990. It's got one setting and you do it across the entire rev range. So that's one. The second one is I bought an Apexi turbo timer. It's the original turbo timer. It does nothing other than countdown. Now I know this car doesn't have a turbo just yet. I don't know what the engine plans are just yet, but it's always a good thing just to let the car cool down a little bit while it's idle. Plus it sounds cool. People kind of tell you, hey, your car's still running, while you walk away from it in the parking lot. Now this is the old school one. All it does is count down. It doesn't tell you 0 to 100. It doesn't tell you your voltage, anything else. It just counts down, switches your car off. I think it was made either 91, 92, but they're both in really good condition. I'm going to fit them to this car. There's a bunch of HKS parts that I can get, Gredi, Trust. I've been looking at quite a few things, and it's all era specific. And I want to do the same thing. I want to get wheels that were made in the early 90s, and I want to get those wheels, slap them on the car. Any parts that I do, intake, etc., must be era specific. Now I've always wanted to do this because I want to feel what it felt like to own a car back then in the 90s and modify with what they had back then. That means I'll also go for a turbo that was built in the early 90s. It may not be the most efficient, but it's from the early 90s, and I'll get to feel what it felt like back then. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think it's a pretty cool idea. I've been waiting to do it forever. That's by no means going to change me buying a 200 SX in the future, or 180 or 240 you guys may call it. I'm still going to get one, but maybe I'll change the focus from that whole vintage era thing, and I'll do drifting or something in the car, I don't know. But yeah, this is now going to be my vintage era car. You guys let me know what you think about it. I think it was a good buy. I'm happy with it. The car runs really well. If you didn't watch that collection video, have a quick look. You can hear the motor running. I got the GoPro facing the back, so you can kind of see the back windscreen. You can see a little bit of the engine bay. And the car drove really well, didn't skip a beat. Almost forgot. I forgot to start the car up for you guys. Okay guys, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm going to be moving house. This is my final weekend just to finish putting up these burglar bars. Not that one, that's old. Putting up these burglar bars, setting up the last of the security, putting up curtains, starting to move into the house, and I'm going to be AWOL for roughly 2 weeks plus minus, maybe about a week from when this video comes out. I'm not too sure right now, but that's the plan. I'm going to be moving in now, which means I'm going to be bringing all my cars here. Might not move them all together right away because we're not exactly finished with the driveway. We still need to cut back all this section here and do all the cement and all that stuff, and having all the like 5 cars here is going to be a bit of an issue. So I might just bring the GTR, park it in the garage. This guy can go into this whole carport area back here. We need to clean up all this rubble and dump all this stuff that we've been kind of breaking from the house. And then eventually I'll start bringing RX-7 and other RX-7, and yeah, be one big happy family of cars here. So guys, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think about the new car. Let me know what you think about the project. If you've got any tips, if you've got any help, let me know. I'm willing to take any advice, and I appreciate any of it. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys all next time.
Money my Chevy earned, and Tuesday is ocean blue. 28 sit over you, Ferrari drops and Rovers too. You sit them out, TVs I'ma flip them out. 50-50